favorite, and it's true. And Woutier, the legendary player for Slovenia, near Okaye about England and also Enokre. England can be favorites, but the decisive factor Gareth Southgate. The credit Gareth Southgate is now the man at the helm of England's success and as a failure. If England beko nenim ombebo onwo modern ejina Gareth Southgate so. If Wombe failing in this competition ejina Gareth Southgate so. Now, Woutier near Slovenia womo we ekan no Slovakia womo legend ekan na or see England one thing won't beat me anyone will go one-on-one head-to-head momentum, and England in this particular competition lack a lot of momentum. Dear players they breathe on in order to gain, and I said won't be gaining enough confidence for the next game at hand. England now they don't have that momentum. The smaller teams in this competition have believed say if they up their game, they can actually intensify what England can do in the space of 90 minutes. And that is the big issue as Sisiano. Ama England effectiveness so ate. Now, this is a Slovakia team. They've performed well in this competition and deservingly they've moved into the round of 16. If Slovakia mounted up a proper defensive strategy and hit England on the counter breaker, I think they can get a positive result out of that. Even though England is a favorite though, but the England team will be able and investigate war. You could see said there are a lot of things I also Gareth Southgate a year in order to get it right and pull to from the round of 16. Now the first thing a major concern it is balance. We all know say England lack balance. You can't ever see that. But going forward in balance na adia ba kwa ama imbalanced team of England ain't team generate a lot of goals creativity. And the main creativity their central channel who steady England team in this particular tournament. Hurricane is dropping a lot to come and get the ball and move and help progression into the final stage. Why is this happening? It is because Obia all but typical number 10 for England, Bellingham. But what's your Bellingham successive season winner with Real Madrid now? Bellingham was not playing as the creator of the team in Real Madrid. Creators manu, then he delivers in the final third with the late runs. But in the England national team, he has been tasked to say he should rather do the creative role in the number 10. And in the number 8, Obi Timi are connecting the defensive lines to the attacking lines in Alexander Arnold and far midfield. Meaning they have to over-rely on their flanks for more production in terms of final third passes. That is where Foden, a lot of duties, meaning he can't deliver on the left-hand side. Washer Foden from Manchester City ultimately generated the player of the season for the Premier League. You could see that effectively he was playing in the right half space and the right flank. But this is an England team to left side of the flank. And on the left side of the flank, Nia will be supporting with underlaps if he chooses to stay wide. And that's what person invented back inside the left half space. Will be also supporting on the flanks, is Kieran Trippier. But Kieran Trippier is not a left back. So that is the second problem for England national team, misprofiling. Jude Bellingham now over 10 and also Lavis over drifted to the left hand side of the half space. It means it's a tactical and there's a crash. There's a collision. Also, Gareth Southgate is setting outright. And yes, they are always going to have problems with their final third progression. In terms of penetration, England have a lot of issues. Because one, they are unable to break low block teams. Slovakia will set up in a low block form. Mid block to low block, they will never opt for the high press because they know quality wise, womu intimi intensify their press and that's womu intimi and containing England on the high press. So what they are supposed to do is to set up in a low block, and since there are lots of spaces added England for backline because we share Obi to say Declan Rice or a space eater on your typical number 6. England any typical number 6 Gallagher now also yes and Gallagher is more of a ball chaser. So if Gallagher is chasing the ball, Declan Rice is playing box to box. It means it's right in front of their back line. There is a lot of spaces in between the lines. Slovakia for if Momu coach me exploits our loophole now, they are actually going to find a third man in those zones. Then they can break England down. Chairman, the next one Belgium. Belgium I think France. Anna Omukoshia France Belgium. It is a tough match. Personally, I feel say France national team declining under the watch of Didier Deschamps. because of their attacking equation on figuring it out. No, now there is a fox in the box of Olivier Giroud Winnie, who is being moved out and as a transitioned out of their attacking play, and you are bringing in a Thuram and as a Kolomwani and as a Bakola. They are all damage strikers or wingers. They are forcing them to play false nine. It means different profiling in the attacking phase. Ebanesana, you are not getting the best out of Kylian Mbappe and that of Ousmane Dembele. These are two wide forwards. Baku a wide creator in Ousmane Dembele. Then you get an outpunt in the like of Kylian Mbappe. Then Obridi a lot of success from a typical number 9 Ojine. So you could talk of Kylian Mbappe who be in the best position and also Obia on any boy on man Ophelia or catch you say Olivier Giroud. Because Giroud ever drop it, ever drifty a lot of two center backs on him. Then contemporary spaces maybe be for him to move in. Then the flex happens. But a damage striker no on obe drop it so obe bobo ni bi. Obe drifty akwa left, obe drifty akwa right. Meaning we should hit map now. Another collision ever happen with the wide forwards. You know? And that is the main issue I feel say France AFC. With the fullbacks, and I think say I establishes error now happen in the France national team. Kunde at the right back, no, I feel say and also S7 less when it comes do say or more transitive to attack. Because Kunde ekon anymore, he provides less on the ball. So inventive wise, I think say you're inventing into a back three widespread, then allow Ousmane Dembele to stay on the flank with Rabiot. And this is another question because Rabiot is now much of a passenger of the game than being an effective box-to-box player for the France national team. In Teban Sana, the underlaps now also Oseji Ede supporting Ousmane Dembele and Unya. So these are the key problems I feel say France AFC and this current tournament. Now, who's your Belgium, chairman? Belgium's generation back to an end, even though the players are there. But what is actually happening? I'm Coach Dominic into me the right profile. Obviously, facing the big boys and that's of the smaller boys. Belgium, it could have a big problem. As our problem, your friend is squad chemistry. The squad chemistry and the Roberto Martinez, is different from the squad chemistry and the Coach Dominic. The reason I'm saying that, and it's a managerial change, are bringing a lot of variety. What are the variety of plays? Any the sequences Team Belgium play under Roberto Martinez in the 3-4-3 now. You could see it's a favor Belgium squad, but with a 4-2-3-1, it is rather the players who have to adapt to the system, and that is bringing the effectiveness of Belgium down. Okay. So I feel that Belgium, Dominic needs to develop a strategy a favor the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, because if you are playing Lukaku as a lone target man, or break. But in the back three, you play with a double number 10 behind the striker. Meaning Lukaku Ejeboa, there is a number 10 present to beat me lay off pass now, and then he can move into space. But if you are playing him as a lone wayer and on the money delay with the offside, So Coach Dominic needs to figure out that this big difference form against France. I think for Germany the easy way Emma almost you. So I think if Belgium ain't me and consider this shifter, I feel I'm a Belgium to actually qualify. Chairman, I can see says Spain also one of the teams they are performing very well. I feel Spain if womu anye womu enyoma ye in the rest defense break akra. Because chairman, in this particular tournament, you could see that the rest defense surviving the big boys against the smaller ones in terms of counter-attack situations. In this current era, the most effective tactics available, which is the meta, if you don't have an effective rest defense, you can't control the transitions. May sense is if you don't have an effective rest defense, you can't control the transitions. And if we per se we squeeze the smaller teams in terms of possession, we could more of possession in terms of penetrative play, a bit flow a bit jina will rest defense. So if Spain is not having an effective rest defense, I feel in this competition, say Spain is big boys good rest attack a bit facing one weak rest defense na a bit how even though we possession based. But when we share the big boys now, almost we could sharp attackers in their rest attack now, a bit how more big time. So Spain need to develop a strong rest defense and against the big boys in the deeper into the competition or more Chairman, I think this is what I been from the Euros.
Spain also share Georgia, which another another way pa.
Kvaratskhelia.
Yes.
Who say Portugal, who share one more way now. One squad no imbalanced. Even though womu kuta Pereira obetimi acting as a DM, Paulinho obetimi acting as a DM, but what share that central lane or how they are going to be mobile enough to stop the transitions from the wide play of the opponents now a hard and until there's a spell off nearby no win to stop here Kvaratskhelia me punish woman. So this is what I'm talking about, an effective rest defense. One more mbeshe wichi once a war transition akwa attack say buke one more betting me solve this situation now. So if Spain ain't me yes because Rodri Ebanasa a one and more issue. So in City no, that is where the presence of the Segunde Volante with John Stones moving in infield are be protecting no in terms of set transitions na Dania. We also know a mobile enough for betting me attracting opponents no e win ball no. Rodri a big issue emano. So Spain will need obia mechanically no obetimi aboa Rodri to combat those transitions no hence apadia e be dia Spain.
Okay, you know, yeah, the super legend, but yeah, you go straight to Adia. You see, up to no, England, Spain, France, Germany, and Portugal.
England.
Yes, according to Opta, no, on who say England are favorite. Despite performance, Omadane Dini in Hano. They are still favorite to win the Euros ahead of Spain, France, Germany, Portugal.
Chairman, England are one of the best squad in this tournament. But Gareth Southgate is not using it well. I say, one my chef, ingredients, all the ingredients in the world say, only ye jollof amount, but jollof nearby, you know, color na, taste na, but you've given him every ingredient. What is wrong? It is the chef. So, senior mechanic in my analysis no England be kuni ni won be ya dia ejina Southgate so fine who betimi abo unattractive football e dey win tournament no Argentina o man bobo bia fe bia sa but they won the World Cup under the watch of Scolani. Scolani was dynamic. Southgate is not dynamic or you too rigid. Osuro because he sees the same match of the squad no woman ye brave enough. Confidence in you.
I think Martin Skelter made mention the same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Confident.
And no Emma woman momentum no empedia. And if you can't guarantee momentum for 90 minutes, it means to say there are loopholes for the opponent to exploit. And smaller teams no woman gaining confidence say they can actually match up a strategy to face you.
Baushe. And England a favorite to win the Euros.
Possible. They have the men to actually deliver. But Obia Ochikano.
Okay. Yo.
So, Chairman, so if Sir England squad we are on Modia tournament we are former coach BT Sir Georgian Club, William Enshow.
Georgian Club, no.
William Enshow.